Drive outside offering. What? It's not enough. Fuse out. Activities and don't get involved. You're saying, see no more. I'm tripping for my dog. Get back. Until I ask what to do next. Am I still 20? Or did I accidentally age? Okay. I had to restart. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Tell me what you drink. Tell me what you think. With these bottles we go alcohol insane. Do you hear me? Roll around the world, city to city. Cheers to the girls and juice to the guys. Move to the side. Load a couple of bombs up. Hands up. To security, we about to tear this club up.
Get lost. Nothing here for you. Bring it on. I warned you, asshole. Bring it on. That can't be possible.
Start believing, buddy. I know how to taunt. That's tough. You're singled out. Red as it filters through.
He has a weapon.
Come at me. Nerves get the better of you?
When his side goes red again.
Boss said nobody gets through. George stays alone.
I don't care what your boss said. I'm going through the door.
Of course you do. Insane.
Ready for everybody. Drop the money. Alright, what's the day love?
They've blocked the entrance to the warehouse. Need to find another way inside.
Not so tough after. Came to the wrong place, pal. Hey, you! Oh, shit! Coming to our place?
Bring it on.
No way. No fucking way. No freaking way. Drop your weapon.
Got a grams on the side. I don't know what's called. Why not? Knew I had to get it. Why not? For the top.
Fuck you doing in here, pal?
Come on. Bring it on.
Look what we have. Only a fool would come here. Insane. That can't be possible.
Hey, how'd you get in here?
I'll be fine still. I'm gonna be your best kind too.
stays alone?
He's expecting me.
I don't think so. Only the long-haired guy visits him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
I want to paradise. Take a hit and close your eyes. But you fantasize about love.
Showing random projects on my survival world for viewers that haven't seen them before. This is my Chorus fruit farm. I grab a bow and stacks of arrows from the shulker boxes out front, and then head inside. I'm still happy with this design after 5 years. I used the bow to shoot a bunch of the chorus flowers. The flowers are what get replanted afterwards to start growing more chorus plants.
I partnered up with Sojourn, with all dudes.
There's video of you on YouTube. Being 6 peaceful
Protesters in the heart. How do we get past that? You 6 college students because they participated in a peaceful pro-democracy demonstration. I said, you're banned from the United States.
for human rights reasons. We can't just pretend it didn't happen.
And so, I know, right? So the job was,
That I was going to write these op-eds saying, oh, he's misunderstood.
and so I wrote these op-eds. No one would publish them. You did that. He paid me to do it. He paid me very handsomely. So I wrote these op-eds. We sent them to, like, the Wall Street Journal, the LA...
How about this? Even the FBI no longer has to get a warrant to take your communications, right? The metadata from your... Well, this is going to... It has to be the torture program. I went to prison for 23 months for going public with the CIA's torture program. I went on ABC News in the United States in December of 2007, and I said 3 things. I said the CIA was torturing its prisoners. I said that torture was official U.S. government policy. And I said that the policy had been personally approved by the president himself. The FBI investigated me. They determined I had not committed a crime. Then Barack Obama became president. They secretly reopened the case against me. I was indicted and charged with 5 felonies, including 3 counts of espionage for giving this interview. Remember, espionage can be a death penalty charge. I had 3 of them. Well, I hadn't committed espionage, and finally they dropped those charges, but I ended up taking a plea to a lesser charge just to make this thing go away. I had 5 kids at home. I had gone bankrupt from the legal expenses, and I was facing 45 years in prison. They offered me 23 months, and I took the deal. But I would do it again today if I had to, because somebody had to stand up and say that this was wrong. I don't even know. What's his name?
Look, pal, you say you know Tomas, but I don't know you. And I don't.
I'm retired, blind my entire life, and was wondering, are there any positions in the CIA for a blind person? We do have excellent listening skills. Not interested in joining, just curious. Thank you, hailing from Florida with love and sunshine. The answer is absolutely yes. There are many, many positions for blind people. I mean, you probably couldn't be a case officer, because how would you do a surveillance detection route and know that you're not being followed? But oh my God, there are 1,000 other jobs.
Sin ti no podré vivir jamás y pensar.
I have schizophrenia, and I just got my long-acting injectable. Once they calm me.
Excuse me, do you?
Did you know you can just tap any maple tree? This isn't Vermont or Canada. We're in Chicago. Look at this. She dripping. She dripping. Did you know you can just tap any maple tree? This isn't Vermont or Canada. We're in Chicago.
It's giving confident, safe.
We are so over-criminalized, so over-regulated in this country that the average American on the average day going about his or her normal business commits 3 felonies. Every day? You may not mean to, but you do. Every day. So, if they decide they want you, they don't like your politics, they can get your metadata. They can go through that metadata, find crimes that they can charge you with, and ruin your life. There's nothing you can do to protect yourself. We are so over-criminalized, so over-regulated in this country that the average American on the average day going about his or her normal business commits 3 felonies. Every day? You may not mean to, but you do. Every day. So, if they decide they want you, they don't like your politics, they can get your metadata. They can go through that metadata, find crimes that they can charge you with, and ruin your life. And there's nothing you can do to protect yourself. We are so over-criminalized, so over-regulated in this country that the average American on the average day going about his or her normal business commits 3 felonies. Every day. You may not mean to, but you do. Every day. So, if they decide they want you, they don't like your politics, they can get your metadata. They can go through that metadata, find crimes that they can charge you with, and ruin your life. There's nothing you can do to protect yourself. We are so over-criminalized, so over-regulated in this country that the average American on the average day going about his or her normal business.
Cedar now has.
Is this the biggest day they've had? It just won't stop. Oh my God. Look at this. Think about how many services have a graph like this. That is insane. They didn't have. Is this the biggest day?
Here's another thing. A technique that was
Considered to be kind of a mild, no big deal kind of thing called walling.
where they roll up a towel and put it around your neck.
And then they shove you into a wall, right?
Well, the wall, it's a, what do you call it, fiberboard? Piece of plywood, whatever. There's a little bit of give, and they have the towel so that you don't get whiplash. But they never used a towel. They never used anything around the neck.
And it wasn't a plywood wall, it was a concrete block wall.
And now we had, for example, Muhammad Attar, the nephew of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who
was slammed so mercilessly against the wall that he's now brain damaged to the point where he can't
participate in his own defense.
They gave him permanent, lifelong brain damage.
Where does it say you were authorized to do that? Here's another thing. A technique that was
considered to be kind of a mild, no.
What you finna do, cause this gon' make the news, gotta make your move. Told that bitch get in, cause she looking confused. I broke the rule, cause this bitch a witness. Plus I just popped through, but she ain't crying. And it's what you finna do, cause this gon' make the news, gotta make your move. Told that bitch get in, cause she looking confused. I broke the rule, cause this bitch a witness. Plus I just popped through, but she ain't crying.
I'll crossing the border, bringing the check to the postal order. Methods of prevention, methods of the...
This Musketeer player has a 64% win rate with full crit Nasus. Instead of the usual
Dave. So at the end of it, my...
Welcome to my series, Game Day.
Look what we have. Only a fool would come here. Come on. How'd you get in here? Nobody gets through. George stays alone.
Step aside. I don't want to have to hurt you.
You must be joking. You're not too bad.
If we took a hot...
Hey, Buck, what you doing?
We can't keep that thing. It's only a matter of time before it gets out.
I could just insult it to death. Hey, Buck, if you can understand me, understand that you are an inferior bug. We defeated your host master, and you should feel bad about yourself and probably die of this.
That is horrifying.
Hey, Buck, what you doing?
We can't keep
That man who's a whistleblower for the CIA, John Krasinski or whatever, holy shit, that guy should have been a comedian. That man is so fucking funny unintentionally, it's insane.
No, I've never killed anybody.
There is a bit of a half exception.
The Black Ops 2 Zombies files dropped today, and it confirmed that Zombies developers get ideas for Call of Duty Zombies off social media message boards, and also that the Black Ops 2 Zombies development team wasn't able to take any criticism on Zombies. There were also messages...
I'm Nafisa Collier.
There she is. Double agents are indeed real. Double agents are a very, very big problem on both sides of the double. I was well into my career, and I had a great friend who was a station chief. He called me one day. I was at headquarters, and he called me from overseas. And he said, hey, I was hoping you could do me a favor. One of my guys has recruited a double agent. The double doesn't know that we know he's a double. The enemy country has instructed the double to demand
to only speak with the station chief. And he said, I live here. It's too dangerous for me to respect. Can you fly out here and pretend to be me and handle the double agent?
I said, of course. So I fly out, and I meet with the guy. I meet him in some hotel, and I give him a big bear hug at first, which is unusually warm in the Middle East, but I needed to pat him down for weapons. And he didn't have any weapons. And so I made a big deal of taking off my jacket to show him that I didn't have any weapons. I sat down, we ordered some coffee from room service. He said, are you the chief? I said, you asked for him, you got him, buddy. I'm the chief. I would meet with him once a month. And this went on for about 6 months. We were getting, you know, the tape on everything that he was reporting back and what the enemy country was telling him to do. Finally, I'm at headquarters one day. I get a call from a sister agency.
And the woman says, are you handling this double case? And I said, yeah. Listen, he's been instructed to kill you in the next meeting.
I said, oh, come on. I think the guy's afraid to shadow. He's not going to kill me. I know him well.
He's a coward. He's not going to pull a gun and shoot me. But even if he were to pull a gun and shoot me, how about this? Usually, he calls me when he's coming into the lobby of the hotel. I'll tell him to come up to the room directly, and when he comes in, I'll prop the door open. When he comes in, I'll grab him, take him down. You guys burst in from the other room, and we get him. They reluctantly agreed with a proviso that I wear a bulletproof vest. I said, fine. So I fly back out, and
4 armed security guys in the lobby.
And it turns out the bad guys have 4 armed security people in the lobby. And they're all kind of looking at each other sideways like,
who are these guys? What's that bulge on that guy's waist? That kind of thing. And they're all just kind of standing around staring at each other. So he called me, the double. And I said, come up to room, whatever it is, 615. He comes to room 615. I've propped the door open.
He comes in. I tackle him.
He's trying to get the gun out of his waistband. I have his arm, his hand. My colleagues burst in from the side, and I'm just sitting on him. I have him pinned down on the floor.
And I'm sitting on his chest.
In the meantime, he's just like, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And so my liaison partners gave him a shot of
of Demerol and knocked him out. We put him on a gurney
and covered him up like he was dead. And we put him in the service elevator, took him down, put him in an ambulance, and we took him to Intelligence Service Headquarters.
He woke up 2 hours later, tied to a chair. I said, we can do it the easy way, we can do it the hard way. It's totally up to you. We know who you are.
He was the leader of that country's Hezbollah wing. I said, we want all the weapons, all of them. We know that you're the keeper of the weapons. He's like, F you.
So I said to Liaison, we should just break into his house. I mean, there's a good chance all these weapons are just in his house.
And they said, we can't. He's got a live-in maid, and she doesn't know anything, and she never, ever leaves the house. And I said, okay, well, let's just declare a gas leak in the neighborhood, and then we'll evacuate the cul-de-sac.
And then we'll just go in and bring a locks and picks team in and just pick the lock. They said, no, we can't do that. We don't have gas lines in this country. We use propane. Bring a propane truck. We'll leak the propane. Then we'll just declare the emergency. The fire department comes. They evacuate all of the 6 houses. We break into his house, and we find a safe, like a double-sized gun safe. It was enormous, the biggest gun safe I've ever seen. The weapons have to be in there. So we bring the locks and picks team in.
Get lost. I warned you, asshole.
Bring it on.
You, stay there. You looking to score or something?
And they've got, the stethoscope on, and they're doing the tumbler, and they crack the safe. They open it, and it's empty. Except for this handwritten, childlike handwritten map. So we get in these 2 Jeeps. We drive south, as the map tells us to do. We get out where it tells us to get out. And we found this bunker full to the ceiling with every weapon they had. Landmines, hand grenades, rocket-propelled grenades, everything they had. We completely put Hezbollah out of business in that country. Double agents are...
You ever noticed every fantasy...
Don't shoot!
Baby.
You're being lazy. Just look up what it means, all right?
Oh my God, fine. Even if it's your bitch.
Something tells me you didn't actually look it up.
Jesus.
You're being lazy. Just look.
Snap your W2 and Darkseal and Medjais have a super broken interaction right now that might get hotfixed soon. Everybody knows that if you die in the middle of a team fight, you can buy Darkseal and still get stacks if your team manages to come out on top. But there is a way to double your stacks without losing gold. If you have a Darkseal in your inventory and you upgrade it to Medjais in the middle of the fight, you're getting 4 instead of 2 stacks per takedown. When the fight is over, you can simply refund the Medjais to get your gold back, but keep the stacks inside of your Darkseal, making it super easy to get it fully stacked. Darkseal.
Fight training update. Today we're
Moon is such an underrated map. I think you mean overrated. A lot of people love that map, and I don't know why. Sure, it was very innovative when it first came out for Black Ops 1 to be on the moon, but there's a lot of flaws in that map that I don't think people understand. When you're playing solo and trying to do the Easter egg, you have to interchange 2 different items outside of the box to be able to do the Easter egg. And then on top of that, you have to wait for one of the 3 excavators to destroy Tunnel 6, which is just luck as well. Then you got the astronaut that is just slowly walking around that eventually will catch up to you and teleport you to a random location, put you down to 1 health, and take 1 of your perks. Moon is such an underrated.
My man, you dropped into a war zone in the...
Shouldn't torture be legal if we are protecting American lives? Absolutely not. Not under any circumstances. Torture doesn't work. Torture is illegal internationally. It is immoral. And you end up making a recruitment video, essentially, for your greatest enemies. For example, when it became apparent that the U.S. was torturing military prisoners at Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq, and video was leaked showing those prisoners in orange jumpsuits. ISIS bought orange jumpsuits and made its kidnapping victims, who were mostly aid workers and American journalists, wear orange jumpsuits, and then on camera. Shouldn't torture be legal if we are protecting American lives? Absolutely not. Not under any circumstance.
This woman claims that this is proof that there are non-humans walking amongst us. Now, I don't say that lightly, like there could be another explanation, but this is pretty freaking weird. Now, you remember in the movie They Live when they put on the sunglasses and they could see the reptilian-y people who are amongst the normal humans? And you know how that movie might have been made about Dicenian goggles, the goggles you put on that can see people's auras, but some people don't have auras because they might not be people? Well, this woman goes to Buckingham Palace, okay? She's in Europe. She's in England.
We're toggling sweep coin. What happens if Arthur eats 99 canned foods before a cutscene? Eating anything that affects the character in terms of weight or any effect like that usually takes 1 to 2 days to become even minimally noticeable by the game, giving it that sense of realism where we barely notice the difference. But in Red Dead Redemption 2, things change when it comes to cutscenes because all these effects are massively sped up during the cutscene, making them happen almost instantly. So if after spending a long time eating all 99 canned foods, you enter a cutscene, this is what happens.
Black, on your behalf. Think on that, boy.
Well, maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
What happens if...
We had doctors. There was a doctor who revived Abu Zubaydah when his heart stopped during waterboarding. Revived him.
So he could be tortured more.
And you know that Al-Qaeda's planning something big. Because Osama bin Laden said he was planning something that would dwarf 9/11, right? And you've got to get the information before the bomb goes off. So you say, hey, Abu Zubaydah, give me the information. He's like,
fuck you.
I'm not going to give you the information. So what do?
Do you waterboard him?
Do you sleep deprive him? Do you put him in a cold cell? Do you beat him? Do you put cockroaches on him? Do you
put hummus up his ass?
What do? Now, the problems with that are severalfold. First of
all of it's illegal.
We had
I don't care if your entire family... This is what's going to happen if you keep ignoring your cat's crusty eyes.
This is every ability you have with the hacker on Moon in Black Ops 3. The first few is 2 of them you can hack things for the Easter egg, and the third is you can hack the dog bowl doing the dog side Easter egg. The second is you can hack a door for 200 points, but it takes about 3 minutes to completely open. You can then hack an empty mystery box location, having the box spawn there and spin. You can then hack it again to respin if you got a gun you don't want. And then you can hack it for a 3rd time, allowing your teammates to grab whatever gun it was. You can hack a barrier and completely rebuild the barriers on it. You can hack the Pack-a-Punch, closing it off so you can Pack-a-Punch in peace. You can hack these machines in the spawn room to make the excavator stop digging.
You've probably heard that the 5 passengers on the Titan died instantly. But what does instantly really mean? Let's break it down. Your brain needs about 100 milliseconds to process pain. Your eyes? Around 13 milliseconds just to process an image. The Titan? It imploded in under 1 millisecond. That's so fast, the human brain never even had a chance to know what happened. Now imagine the depth. 12,500 feet below the ocean's surface. Down there, pressure is 380 times higher than at sea level. like the weight of a skyscraper pressing on every single inch of the sub. If the hull fails, water doesn't trickle in. It slams inward at supersonic speeds, crushing everything instantly. It's kind of like space.
Wow, Doug.
Exact same thing every single game. First, you're going to start at blue, making sure you smite it at 694, getting it below 94 health before using your Q. Then you're going to Grump, getting your E, waiting until it's below 112 health before using your Q. Then to Wolf, starting by using your E on the small wolf and the big wolf. First Q goes on the big wolf, then auto-attacking down a little wolf until you can stack off it. Then the same to the next big wolf until finally stacking off the big wolf. Once you get a cease and desist from PETA and hit level 3, you're going to put that point into your Q again. Then you're going to hit a cheeky E on the raptor wall like this so you can weaken the big guy in one small guy. Focus down that one small guy until you can stack off it, track its health down to 140 and Q it immediately because your jungle monster will hurt all the other raptors while you're doing this, and if you're too slow and don't time it right, you'll come out of raptors with only 60 stacks instead of 63, and at that point you've lost the game. Then you E red so you can pull it quicker. Once your E is back up, you're going to use it to pull Krug so you can get to them sooner. Auto attack red down until it's at a 750 health, and smite into Q and quickly run to the Krug circle so you save the pull. Then focus down Krug Jr. until you can stack off it. Don't waste time trying to stack off these Krug Jr. Juniors because your cooldown isn't low enough yet. Once you get a big stack off of the Krug, you can either stall out your jungle monster from killing them by not attacking and stacking off each individual Krug Senior Junior, or you can stack off one, eat the rest, and rush to Scuttle. But only if you know the other jungler hasn't gotten it yet. If they have, you're immediately backing and you will almost have exactly 900 gold. You will buy a
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100.
You can't make matters. You can't force hummus up someone's rectum, for example. Right? You can't. You know, they learned Upper Beta had an irrational fear of insects. And so they put him in a coffin. And they dumped a box of cockroaches in there with him. And then closed the coffin. And they left him in there for 10 days just with a diaper. You can't do that. Nobody told you you had permission to do something like that. You know, and waterboarding was supposed to be the ultimate technique. Make matters worse, we know that the CIA can take control remotely of a car's computer system in order to crash the car, take it off a bridge, or take control of your smart TV and turn the speaker into a microphone. Even though the TV is off, broadcast back to the CIA.
Can they do that with devices?
Absolutely. Now I'll tell you how we know. There was a CIA software engineer who was disgruntled, and he downloaded tens of thousands of documents classified above top secret. And instead of going to the Russians or the Chinese, he went to WikiLeaks, and they became Vault 7 documents. So a whole lot of smart potential for someone to use against us. And every country has these capabilities. Listen, I spent 15 years with the CIA. I love this country. But one of the most important things like to make matters worse, we know that the CIA can take control remotely of a car's computer.
Let's see that.
This is my Vegas fun.
The first Easter egg happens immediately when you spawn in. Shoot the Shadow Man until it says round 9 on your screen, skipping rounds for you to kind of be in the action a little bit earlier. That is how you get the 10 seconds too early, because you have to get this done within the first 10 seconds. The first Easter egg happened.
I just learned a new fact, guys.
February 26th. The fact is, none of my homies are escaping.
It's live, baby.
Whether it's and so he says in English, he says, no, I don't speak Greek. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I said in English, I said, you speak English. I'm sorry. I was walking down the street and I've got my books here and I accidentally hit your mirror and I broke it off, and the lady next door told me that it was your car, and I wanted to come and say I was sorry. Excuse me, sorry, and I want to pay for it. And he's like, oh, damn it! Now I have to take it into the shop. I said, I'm so sorry. It's totally my fault. I was just being clumsy. And I'm standing there at the door. He's inside. I'm outside. But in Arab culture, an Arab can never turn down a request for hospitality. So I said to him, may I trouble you for a glass of water? And he's like, wait here, he says. So he goes into the kitchen to get a glass of water. In the meantime, his little daughter, looked to be 4 years old, is playing on the floor. So I let myself in, and I get on my knees, and I say to her in Arabic, Shoismik, what is your name? And she says, oh, my name is whatever. And I said, how old are you? I'm 4. And I said, what are you playing? In Arabic, this is all in Arabic. So he comes back in and he's standing there listening to this, which of course I did on purpose. And he says to me, "What exactly do you want?" So I stood up and I said, "Listen, I'm not going to waste your time. You're a professional. I'm a professional. This is my card with my real name. I'm from the CIA in Washington. Your guy is going down. He's going to die. You can die with him, or you can be on the side of the good guys. And you have until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to make that decision." And I walked out. And as I walked out, I said, "I'll be sitting next to my phone. That's my direct line." So I went back. Everybody's like, "How'd it go?" I said, "I don't know. We'll see." So we're all sitting there looking at our watches. The next morning, right at 10 o'clock, the phone rings. And he says, "What do you propose?" I said, "Meet me in the lobby of the Hilton Hotel in 2 hours. And come alone and come unarmed." So we had 6 security guys. We were at, CIA people were at every table around. There's a little cafe in the lobby. And I wanted it to be in as public a place as possible, so that if, all hell were to break loose, I might have a little bit of safety in numbers, safety in the, public environment, cops walking around, security guards. So the guy made a demand. I made a counter offer. And finally I said to him, "Look, you're not in a position of strength to negotiate here. I'm telling you what it is that you're gonna do. I'm not here to offer, riches. We can get to that conversation at some point in the future. But right now, you have to prove your bona fides to me. And this is what you're gonna do." At the end of the day, he did literally everything that we wanted him to do. We did make him rich. He survived. He's a successful businessman now, thanks to your taxpayer dollars. And we were able to shut down any threat that embassy would have posed. And it would have posed a real threat to Americans. And so he says, in English,
"I don't care what your boss said."
You just have to wake up.
You want to know something crazy? I'm immortal. Yeah, I know. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit, but it's the goddamn truth.
Why is this screaming sound effect everywhere, bro? Hold up. I should probably just cut to when it happens. Oh, here it is. You know, like, why is that scream everywhere, man? Why is this screaming sound effect
Yeah, my father has a 1,200-day Spanish streak on Duolingo. We went on a holiday to Spain recently, and he could hardly string two sentences together. What the is the point of that app? My father.
Oh, this is something random.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good. Want to come check out what kind of bread you had?
I have milk bread. Would you like to try some?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I have my regular milk bread samples and cinnamon. My regular, very versatile. You have me for basically anything sweet or savory.
That's some good stuff, man.
Thank you. And this is my cinnamon swirl milk bread.
All right.
That one is not as versatile, but still really good. Yeah.
It only got better, bro. I like it.
Thank you. And then I also have buns for $3. I have my pineapple buns, which, contrary to the name of the shop.
Wake up, you.
Hi everyone, I work at the Blue Lagoon in Iceland, and I don't understand how people keep having to cut off all their hair after getting out of the Blue Lagoon when we tell you guys